All right. I'll show you registered as Alberto Saucido on behalf of yourself, testifying for the bill. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I'll show you registered as Stacy Saucido on behalf of yourself, testifying for the bill. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. 2 minutes, please. You may begin. You can. Whoever would like to go first, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. I want to share a story that happened. I'm in Northwest ISD, Denton County, Texas. And this is a story. I'm going to share emails that I've swapped with the teachers. On 10/15/24, I received an email from a French teacher. It says, "Good morning. Unfortunately, Apollo did not pass quarter one in French." And so my wife replied, "I'm sorry. I don't have a student named by Apollo, but I do have a student named Maria." So the French teacher replies, "I apologize for the mistake. I wanted to talk to you about making a plan for Maria's success in French." So we go to the world geography teacher on 10/17. "I'm writing to inform you that Maria unfortunately failed my world geography class." So then my wife asks, "Well, hi, thank you so much for getting back to me. Can you please let me know what name you call my daughter in class?" World geography teacher replies, "So she asked me to call her Apollo a while back ago. A few weeks into school and just rolled with it. Especially seems that where her friends call her. I've had that happen the past couple of years when I write parents for emails. I use the name that they're enrolled as. I was hesitant to know which one to use and definitely don't want to offend anyone." So this is the response from my wife. "I am the parent of the ninth grade student Maria Mendez at Northwest High School. I'm writing to express my deep concern and frustration regarding a recent situation involving my child. A few weeks into the school year, my child apparently requested the teachers to call her by her name, Apollo. I became aware of this, and I received an email last week referencing Apollo. Was quite shocking since I had no prior knowledge of such request. I have attached documentation from 2 different teachers regarding this situation. My question is simple. Why is my child allowed to change her name at school without parental notification or consent? I'm aware that other districts in the area have passed policies to
Ms.
prevent this from
Saucido,
happening."
Ms. Saucido, we're going to let your wife testify.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll get back to questions. Okay, we're going to
Okay.
keep this on a strict 2-minute time limit, or
Okay.
we're never going to get everything in.
Yes.
Okay, if you
Okay.
begin, please, Ms. Saucido.
Okay, to allow my child to go by another name, the teacher did not let me know. How many parents out there though? Sorry. Plus a different gender name. So Maria is special needs. So I don't think she understands. And she's 16. So how many kids out there are doing this? I don't know. Sorry. We adopted Maria when she was 18 months through CPS, so she's had a rough life. And, she doesn't understand the transgender. And we have other kids, and I just feel like there's a lot of parents out there that don't know. And the school boards don't get back to you. I've done a lot of things trying to get in touch with the school boards. They don't email me back.
No.
We've had ARDs, nothing. And you asked Maria why she wanted to call Apollo, and it's not because it's transgender. It's because of what the meaning is, because of what Apollo means, the stars. Her, she loves to do science and stuff like that. So, to me, it was just really shocking. And I worked for a school district for 13 years, and I know how hard it is. But it's just really heartbreaking to me to get an email and nobody responds.
Did you want to continue on? She hadn't used all of her time, but
Okay.
I'll give you the
Okay,
opportunity.
here's a principal response. "Often teachers will offer to call students by their preferred name, meaning they go by middle name instead of their first name. Or they have a commonly used nickname just to try to make students feel more comfortable and welcome in class. But there again, teachers would never want to call a student by a name that displeases their parents. But again, we filed grievances with the school board, and we have nothing. We're ghosted.
Okay.
So we want our voices heard."
All right. Thank you very much. Members, any questions for these witnesses? I have a quick, so how is Maria now?
We still struggle, not with school, period. It's like she doesn't really want to go to school, and I feel like I'm not for sure what's going on, to be honest with you. But other than that, we go by Maria, but I have to make sure I check once a week. And, like, what if something emergency happened and everybody called her Apollo and I go and there was a shooting or something like that and they don't even know where Maria is at because she don't go by Maria. She goes by Apollo. And that was one thing that I was really worried about is, all the teachers were pretty much calling her that, but only 2 teachers confessed to doing it.
So you're, if I understand the testimony, you basically were not notified of Maria's request
Correct.
to be called by another name, and it simply became standard operating procedure at school
Yes.
Yes.
without your notification of her desire to be called another name. Was there any other action that was taken? In other words, did a school counselor get involved and talk to her or not? It was
No.
just the name.
Just the name. And, if the French teacher never sent me that email, I would have never known.
I would never know.
I mean, because, you don't know. And for me, that's very unprofessional because you would think that a French teacher would, or even a world geography or any teacher would call them by your name. Maria's not passing. Let's set up a program, not Apollo. And I was really shocked, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, yes, Chairman Frank.
Yeah, just quickly, was there any, because the bill has to do with social transitioning, I understand the
Yes.
name issue. Was there any part of this is social transitioning? I just looked through and it looks like a lot of the teachers, she asked to be called something, they called her something. It looked like as soon as they were told by y'all that they as a parent, you didn't want her to be
Correct.
called that, you wanted her to be called Maria. It looks like, and I just went through it real quick, it looks like they apologized, said we will call her by the name. Is that right? In terms
Correct.
of their response.
Correct.
So was there any social, was Apollo part of a social transitioning issue? Was there any coaching in that direction, or is this literally just a name, y'all didn't want it used, they used it, and then they switched when they found out that you,
Yeah.
Didn't
I think it's because it's a gender name.
Gender.
And that was my big problem because, with her special needs, I don't know if she really understands the transgender, the meaning of everything.
okay,
And, using a male's name,
okay,
and that was a big issue for me.
okay.
And it's not, I just want to make sure she doesn't get led the wrong way.
That's the direction they're going.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
All right. Members, any more questions? Representative Cunningham.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Saucido.
Yes, sir.
So just so that I understand this, because I do have some questions for the author, just to make sure I understand where we're going and what we're trying to do with this bill. When you try to get with the school, are you saying that they really kind of ignored your request,
Yes, sir.
and they finally did honor your request, and so y'all did?
They honored an email, short emails, very short emails. Principal also email, but it's just, kind of, they want to put it under the rug. There's no discussion. Hey, I want to meet with you. No.
So I guess after some time, you all got together and, I guess got an understanding that, Maria's Maria, and
Yes.
we need to know if she's going to use Apollo. You as parents want to be informed.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay, and so at this point now, how is the relationship with you and the school board, or the school district rather?
We're still,
I email once a
we
week
kind of got to be poking at them. There's no
to make sure.
open door. It's, we either got to be knocking on that door, beating it down
Okay.
to make any contact.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, Chairman.
All right. Thank you very much. Members, any more questions? All right, seeing none. Thank you both very much for your testimony.